hardest hit communities are in the Farmington Valley. A lot of roads with trees and power lines down.
Enough frustration is spread all over the state tonight. With every passing day there, neighbors are getting more and more frustrated too. Here's Ace Kent Pierce on the scene in Simsbury to give us a look.
Driving around Simsbury, even here 6 days after the storm, you still see branches and trees down and wires down all over the place. People have been risking their lives, cleaning them themselves out of their own driveways just so they can get out on the roads. But then even when people do get out onto actual regular streets like this, well, if you're driving something as tall as our live truck here, you can't get around because there's a wire. You can barely see it right there. It's too low for us to get under. And then even if you're in a SUV or a minivan, look at what you got to deal with. Trees like this down right across the middle of the road, hung up in power lines, even here 6 days after the storm. When your neighborhood looks this bad, military metaphors come to mind.
We woke up Sunday morning and we looked out and it looked as if someone had bombed our street.
In last Saturday's battle with Mother Nature, Simsbury clearly lost. Paul Stein's mailbox was one casualty.
Stuff keeps dropping, so you might have a tree landing on your camera.
But what's worse than the damage itself is that this town went days without seeing any repairs done until the cavalry arrived, the National Guard, here to clear trees.
CL&P is behind us, deadening the lines to make it safe for us to move forward. We'll start cutting the trees and moving our engineering equipment up there to start clearing that out so they can reinstall the lines and get power back to this location as soon as possible.
As happy as people are to see the troops, they wonder why they were under siege for so long. The Guard is working with CL&P but says their orders come from state emergency management officials.
We don't make the decision of, okay, we're going to go here, we're going to go there. That's above us. We're given the direction of where to go, and that's where we go, conduct the mission, and then move on to the next.
And after the National Guard has come down a street like this, you can see the evidence very plainly because they have taken the trees that were down over the street, chopped them up into this nice firewood size along the side here. That's great for getting down the street, but the problem still persists for individual homeowners because you can look at this poor person's driveway over here. This driveway is still covered with branches. There are wires in there. This is why people still feel like they are being held hostage in their own homes. On the scene in Simsbury, I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.